That's right. Welcome to Rich Answers Mustache Edition. That's right, I have become enlightened through the power of mustache. New video, new questions. So let's see. How do these videos usually go? Ah, that's right, there's some kind of comedy thing at the start, isn't there? And I say comedy in the world's biggest inverted commas. Hark! What's that sound? Is it comedy? Almost certainly not. If you're watching this and you know anything about Japan, you'll know about Sakura season. That's right, it's spring. Sakura's in full bloom, so check out some of the trees in my local area in Koshigaya. Enjoy. Okay, so my first question this week comes from a viewer. Someone left a comment and left a question. It's the first time somebody did it, finally! That feels really good. And it means a lot. So thank you very much to Thomas D, who asks, from the living in a tiny Japanese apartment video, that was like my second video I think I did you have a hard time finding an apartment in Japan? That's a good question. It's obviously a runoff sort of subsequent sub-question from that previous video. And the answer is, at first, no. I was fortunate enough that the company that I received a job while I was still living in the UK before I moved here, during the interview and post-interview and acceptance process, they said that they would help me find an apartment. So when I went to sign the contract, initially when I first arrived, they gave me a list of about 4 different apartments, ranging from very close to the school and very close to the area and I actually wanted to live in, and I was able to choose the most appropriate one, which is this one that I'm still in at the moment. Subsequent to that, so hopefully if you're looking to move over here, you are getting a working visa, thereby having a company or someone that will sponsor you, you should be able to get some assistance from them, or at least someone on the ground who has a better idea about these things than you do. But subsequently, I was looking to move out of this place because my previous job that helped me find this place, it was what was called a company-sponsored contract. So you generally need a sponsorship, or at least a means to show the real estate company, or in this case it's a mansion company, like a low cost, low quality tiny apartments here, this company, Leo Palace, And they require you to have some kind of sponsorship or some kind of, at least, reference to know that you've got the means to actually live here, that you're good for your cash, that you ain't going to flake, that you're good for it, you're up to snuff, you've got high quality pants, good pants, full of money. My previous contract with this place was company sponsored, so basically the contract was in their name. So basically when I left the company, the contract ceased to exist. And so I was looking for other apartments that I could potentially move into, primarily looking at websites. It's much like when I was looking for apartments in the UK or in Hong Kong or in Australia. These days, looking online, just finding real estate companies that are posting listings online. Often you'll be able to do kind of inspections in the same way that you're able to overseas. If you can't speak Japanese, if you're moving to somewhere like Tokyo, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. But with my limited Japanese, it was a pain because I didn't know a lot of the vocabulary, but definitely a good chance to actually learn from the stuff. And if you're keen to ask questions about properties, and if you're like me and you hate calling people on the phone or talking on the phone at all, let alone in a different language, that process can be a pain if you're not doing it online. So overall, the answer is no, it's not that difficult. Some things that are important when looking for apartments, though, are the fees, the cost, the moolah. Sure, you have pants full of money. How much of those doubloons lining your pockets are you actually going to have to spend on the apartment? That cost to just move into this apartment, which I was already living in and didn't have to do anything, was kind of eye-opening. It cost a lot more than I expected. It was about 2,000 Australian dollars. Half of that was simple. It's just 2 months rent. You pay that in advance, then you won't. So you've got that liquid in cash. Give that to them. So then your first 2 months are settled. After that, then you've got things like rental insurance fee, which is not rent to like insurance that you've got a little bit of extra. Like it was 1 month's rent on top of the initial 2 months. That isn't like a buffer zone between you not paying the rent 1 month. So you've actually got something there just in case. Now this is that they pay another company to then go and hunt you down for the money. So you still got to pay that, but you're in the toilet for that money, even if you've got a good history of never once missing a rental payment. So there's cleaning fees that you're going to be stuck with regardless. Like if you leave the apartment in an absolute state, don't do that. Don't be an asshole. You're always going to be stuck with a cleaning fee, because essentially what they do is they rip out the room, they rip down the wallpaper, they take out a lot of the furniture because it's so cheap. They can just tear everything out and stuff a new batch in when the new person moves in. So you get what you pay for in terms of the low cost apartment, but they will try and squeeze you for money when they can. That's just normal real estate agents. That's not really a Japanese specific thing. On the whole, in general, the process is pretty smooth. I don't really have to worry about my apartment. When I'm living here, it came with all the furniture that I needed: fridge, washing machine, TV, which I replaced with this fireplace. Legitimate fireplace, don't worry about it. Thank you, Thomas. That was a really good question. The answer, just summarized again: no more difficult to find an apartment than anywhere else in the world that I've lived. Okay, so something I'll just try this week is just highlight on somewhere cool that I love in Japan, and that place is the Ghibli Museum in Mitaka. I've been there 4 times, I think, and it's just magic. If you love the Ghibli movies like English titles, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Porco Rosso, Pompoko, take your pick. They're all amazing. This is a ticket that you get there for. You get to see amazing little shorts, like short videos that are only seen at the museum. And that's like it's probably the best thing about going. Essentially your ticket to those shorts is like 3 cells from one of the movies. So it's awesome each time you get a ticket. I've got a few of these, and I really just want to collect them by going back as much as possible. It's very serene. It's in Tokyo, but it's this nice sort of surrounded by this beautiful park area. There's a cafe there called the Cafe Mugiwara Boshi. So it's just kind of straw hat cafe where you can get this sort of Kaze no Tani Ghibli beer. Just tastes like any normal beer. This isn't anything. This is just a topper that I keep on here. It's from an umeshu sort of limited edition thing that I bought once for way too much money. It's super cute, and it sits on top of my Ghibli beer bottle as a souvenir. But yeah, I think if you know Japan, if you know Tokyo, and if you love Japanese culture, you probably know all about Studio Ghibli, and you already know about this place. But when things open up again, highly recommended. I'm going to try and go as soon as it's safe. No chance at the moment. As soon as you can, dunk on that shit. So my question from Yahoo this week is, there's a few to choose from. They're real good. Two of them are kind of similar, so I might back-to-back these ones. It's going to get a bit toilety. What? That was more like a warning, not a I love toilet stuff. No. Is urine yellow because people drink lemonade? Great question. Really great question. The answer is, if yes, too much lemonade. Also, most lemonade isn't yellow. This is a question, if being asked, requires one to really look deep within inside themselves and think, am I asking this because I fear that I drink too much lemonade? If that's even a possibility, the answer is yes, you're drinking too much lemonade. But no, urine is actually yellow because it's acid trying to leave your body. If you leave it inside too long, it will kill you. But no, the actual reason is because yellow is the color of canaries, and canaries are actually ground down and put in the water supply. So be careful. The next one, and this is top notch. When you're looking through Yahoo answers, be careful, because that is 99% racism, misogyny, just general human garbage. Then there's 1% funny. And this one is, if you contemplate using the bathroom just after you've used it, are you a witch? This is a head scratcher. A literal head scratcher. Where is it coming from? Why is that if you think you have to go to the bathroom 2 times very quickly, there's some kind of magic afoot? Are you thinking that you're casting a spell on yourself? Like Uranus Twiceus. Pew! Was there some sort of hidden or chapter in Harry Potter that I wasn't reading about how those kids were constantly going to the bathroom twice in a row? Harry's found that he went to the toilet once, but it wasn't quite enough, so he went a second time. And this is something all witches and wizards do. Hagrid said, Harry, you're a wizard. You need to go to the bathroom twice. I usually don't need to go to the bathroom twice in quick succession. So I have to assume that there's some kind of Wiccan, maybe pagan shit going on. Maybe some, if not you're a witch, maybe you've come into contact with a witch. Some kind of, hag or man hag from the swamps. You got into some kind of deal with them where you didn't quite realize. And they cast you to perpetually think about going to the toilet a second time after you've been. Because the question says, if you contemplate using the bathroom. It's not even that you have to use the bathroom again. It's like you've gone to the toilet and then you think, what if I went again? So this they're playing chess, I'm playing, I'm not even playing a board game. I haven't even evolved to the point where I understand how board games work with this person. They can see things that I'll never understand, so kudos to you, fearful toilet person. Kudos to you. What?